return again. This captivity ain't permanent, no. I'm from Jerusalem. Hey, we'll return again. This captivity ain't permanent, no. Sitting on a
Salama family, what is going on? How are y'all doing?
Salama.
Man.
It's been a minute since we did a live.
Yes.
I mean, a short minute, but it's been a minute. I think about a month or so since we did a live. But we are back on here.
Yes, and a great time to do it. First and foremost, Shabbat Shalom, Yasharel.
Yes.
How are y'all doing on this fine Shabbat? Shabbat has ended for us over here on the continent, but Shabbat Shalom to our family worldwide. You know, let's see who in the room with us right now. Brother Floyd, what's going on? Shine Moss, what's going on? Don P in the building. His plane has landed. Hallelujah. Yes, sir.
So, y'all, today is a special day for us.
Do you know what today is? It's our anniversary.
Okay, it's not that
Anniversary.
But it is we have officially been here on the continent for 2 years today. We landed in Tanzania 2 years today.
Yes.
And we have not looked back.
We still kicking, chicken.
We still here, you know.
and not looking back.
Right? So today we just wanted to hop on here, being that we've been here for 2 years, just to kind of, sorry, my dog, she does this every time we get on for some reason.
I think we're gonna have to do a whole show about her one day, because she gets so jealous, like she really wants to be on the camera.
So just to let y'all know how 2 years has been on the continent.
Yes, the ups and downs, the great times, the sad times, the cries, the screams, the Most High, did I hear from you clearly type of situations.
Yeah.
You know.
So we got some questions we're going to ask each other, because y'all know what? We haven't even asked each other these questions, and we've been here for 2 years. So it's been like that. And lately we've been so busy. The Most High has been moving. He's been opening up a lot of doors for us. And we haven't had a lot of time for much else. So it's a blessing for us to be able to be on here tonight. So
yeah, but you know, look, when the Most High has called you to do something, and you know, you do what he asked you to do, and you just put everything else to the side. That's all that matters.
Yes.
That's all that matters. So we're gonna ask each other some questions first. We're gonna talk about some things here on the continent, and then we're gonna open up the floor. We'll put the link out there in a little bit, you know, let you guys hop on and just, you know, if you got some questions, hey, we celebrating today.
Yes.
We 2 years out of Babylon, not the Babylon system. All right, we're saying we're out of Babylon.
Right.
All right.
And for those of you who recently were in Tanzania, just to let y'all know, the cooler weather has arrived.
Yes.
And we are so thankful that it is here.
It's actually a little cold now.
It's a little baridi, which means cold outside for us, because our blood has thinned out so much since we've gotten here.
Yes.
So we haven't been running our fans or our AC.
So we kind of stay warm. You know, we're making soup and drinking a lot of coffee and tea.
All right, it's not that cold, but the weather is a lot cooler than it was 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. So look, I'm from South Carolina, so I'm a Southern gentleman. I'm gonna let Isha G go first with her question.
All of them?
We can do one by one.
Okay. So
wait, how many questions you got?
I have 8 questions. I might think of more, but I have 8. So my first question is, since we got here to Tanzania, do you still feel the same way about being in Tanzania?
Do I still feel the same way? No, I don't feel the same way. I had to think about it. So, I mean, I felt I felt like this was home when I first got here. It was like somewhere that I knew was home, but I just had never been here. But since then, my appreciation for the country, the people, the traditions, um, I've just fell more and more in love with Tanzania. As I read through the scriptures, I see that life here. They might not know why they do certain things, but for those of us who read the scriptures, we can see why they do the things that they do. We can also see the curses on our cousins that are here. So yeah, I would say things have changed a little bit from my perspective, because when I first got here, I didn't know what to expect. Y'all know how much they lied to us about Africa, and then get here and see it wasn't even like that. So my question is very similar to yours. I think you were looking on my paper. How do you view Tanzania compared to when you first arrived?
I would say I view it a lot different. And I think most of the reason why is because I'm no longer in Dar es Salaam. So when we first got here, we were in Dar es Salaam, and the whole time I was there, my view was pretty much the same. It was it's so crowded, it's very busy. I love being home on the continent, but my whole thought process was, how are we going to fit into this? How do we fit here? And how you declutter all this? Because I don't like clutter. And Dar es Salaam is cluttered. It's very busy. It's a lot of people, a lot of big old tall skyscrapers. It's very cluttered. So I'm like, man, there's so many people here. Most time, how we supposed to build somewhere like this where ain't nowhere to build? Ain't no space out here. But then coming to Tonga, it just changed everything. It changed everything for me as far as how I view the country and everything. The people, how I felt, it remains the same, because the people, they're the same. The people in Tonga are a lot more laid back than in Dar es Salaam, and I do like that. So my view changed when my location changed, but I still love the country.
Gotcha.
So my next question is, what has been the highlight for you of living in Tanzania?
Honestly, the highlight. So I got a big heart, and sometimes it can get me in trouble because I'll extend gratitudes to people that I shouldn't. But that's the way the Most High made me. I got a big heart, and I love kids. And with the things that we've been doing with the school, and just I love walking through the village. And look, we're the only African Americans here in where we stay in this village, and so everybody knows us. And a lot of the kids at the school, they don't have anybody to practice their English on. So I love when I take the dog for a walk, or if I walk over to the little market to grab something. The kids, they see me, they practice their English on me so that they can do good in school. So that would be a highlight for me, just helping out in the community, and people in the community knowing that they can depend on us if they ever need something, and just seeing the kids happy about the stuff we're doing at the school, and just seeing their faces in the community. Sometimes, kick a soccer ball around with them, play monkey in the middle with them. So, that's my highlight.
Yes, I'm gonna tell you my highlight. My highlight, I love the children, but my highlight, hands down, we did two baptisms out here.
Yes.
And just telling the people, being able to share who we really are and to show them in scripture, and for, even though everybody doesn't see it and don't accept it, but it was two people that did. And they were baptized, and they're following the Most High and everything now. And so that was the highlights for me, hands down. I love building. I love doing things, that's my heart. But just to know that that's the most important thing with our people out here.
Right.
Because we woke up and they have to wake up too. And the thing is, it wasn't even our people that woke up. I won't say woke up, but that accepted everything. It's been amazing. It's been kind of strange, but it's been amazing
Yeah.
for us.
Now, we're not talking about them people, just to be clear.
Right.
But what we mean is not bloodline Yasharel.
Right. But it's been amazing that even though they understand that, they're like, you know what? No, I'm gonna follow the most high. I see this and I'm going to follow you. I'm gonna follow, the God of Israel. And so it's been such an amazing time. That's my highlight. Go ahead.
Yeah. All right. So here's my next question for you, Isha G. What was the hardest part of this transition? Now, there's two parts. Was it when we were back in the U.S. and I came to you and I said, "Babe, I think we're going to Africa," or was it something?
No, when
here?
you say I think we need to leave now.
Yeah.
Oh no, my hardest transition, hands down, was leaving my family. So that was the hardest part for me because I always grew up close with my family. There are 9 of us, so I grew up in a big family. So and I've always been really close, especially with my sisters and my little brother. We raised him for
From 4.
16 years.
Yeah.
So we raised him from when he was little until he was pretty much an adult. And having to leave everybody, that was really hard for me. And I say especially him because he grew up like my son. And so that was hard because he didn't want to come. And I'm like, he's getting ready to graduate and all these things. I'm like, I don't know what's going to happen to him. He's so young. And even though he was going back to live where our family was, because we lived in another state, it was hard because he wasn't with me. And so that was really hard. And it was harder with him because we have an older son, but he like grown. He grown.
Grown. He about
to be 27.
Right. He's 3 years away from 30.
26.
Yeah.
26. So it was a little different with him. But my little brother and then our grandchildren, it was hard because it's like we're not there to see them grow up. And like we have a grandson, he's 6 months now.
Yes.
And we love talking to him on the phone, on FaceTime. He's learning to crawl and make his little sounds, but we have never been able to hold him. And so, that's been a big thing. Our first grandson, I was able to hold him and everything.
Yes.
And I mean, he about to be 6 years old now, but
you're getting old.
I'm getting wiser.
Okay.
So that was my biggest thing, leaving my family.
Yes.
Thank y'all so much.
Yes.
It's my turn.
No, wait. I just want to say my hardest part was the grandkids. And our nieces and nephews, because we played a big role in the lives of our nieces and nephews. There was a time where we lived with my sister-in-law and her husband. 2
of your sister-in-laws.
All
the girls, we lived together, our family.
At one time, doing some rough times, but man, and we're very close with our nieces and nephews, and then like my wife said, our grandchildren, one was, we were with him, and then the other 2, they were born since we've been here.
Yeah.
So we haven't been able to physically touch them or hold them, kiss on them, love on them, put a blessing on them yet, but it's hard. Like I always tell people, you have to love the Most High more in order to love your family, because some of us are being called out of Babylon early. You know what I'm saying? And you have to leave everything and come in order to prepare for them to come. So our trust is in the Most High that He's going to work everything out and that they will be here with us on the continent, and that we are preparing everything for them and for you and your families when He tells you green light, go. You know, everything will be set up, you know. So
so my question is, do you miss anything about America?
So I ain't gonna lie. There's some food places I miss. You know what I'm saying? I mean, look, y'all already know the given is the family. So I don't feel like we have to even say family. That's a given. We miss family. But so our boy down in Pompano, you know, shout out to Jarrell.
Oh Lord,
you know, Fat Boys Barbecue.
Fat Boys Barbecue.
Man, that was some of the best brisket I've ever had in my life.
And smoked mac and cheese, y'all. Not baked.
Smoked. And so, yeah, I miss some of the food places. Of course, I miss, you know, our Philadelphia, Atlanta family, you know, great times with them, Pastor Omar. I miss them. And just certain things, you know, look, I'm an avid bowler. Ain't no bowling over here yet. I'm working on it, y'all. I'm working on it. Ain't no bowling over here. My wife, she likes to skate. Ain't no skating rinks. We're working on it. But, you know, just some recreational
skating,
things.
Y'all. I still like skating. I grew up skating.
So I'm going to just go ahead and put this out there on our 2-year anniversary. I can't roller skate. I can go straight. That's it. I can't stop.
He can't turn.
And I can't turn. But I'm still going to get on them skates and try. But, you know, just little things that they don't have out here as of yet. I miss little recreational things, you know, so stuff like that. What about you?
Me, I don't like clutter. So
You've already established that.
I know. So I miss things being more manicured in certain areas. I can't even lie. I miss things being more manicured in certain areas. Like, I do not enjoy, especially we got a real rainy season this year in Tanzania, and it has been a mess. Like, you slipping and sliding everywhere out here because the clay. So
we had to buy some mud boots.
Right, mud boots. So I miss like having more paved roads in the neighborhoods. I'm not saying every road need to be paved out here, because some areas, you know, if it's country, it's country. But I do miss having paved roads where you don't have to deal with some of the stuff that we have to deal with driving.
Like right outside of our house right now, when we call our Bajaji friend to come pick us up, sometimes we be a little worried because of all the rain, the half of the road has disintegrated. And so there's a part of the road where, how do people say it? Real sketchy looking.
Right.
I hear you, Brother Floyd.
Yeah, so, and part of our road has almost completely washed out. It's like a huge, it has to be about maybe 2 feet left to drive on. And so, we have people that they put some rocks there on one side to try and make the dip not so bad. So the roads, because of it's not paved out here,
where we are,
they kind of washing out in certain places. So I do miss having paved roads through the neighborhoods, because when you leave the neighborhoods, most of the roads are paved. It's only when you get inside the neighborhoods where you have most of the dirt roads and stuff when you're living in the more of the city parts. So I miss that, and I do, like I said, I miss some of the manicured things. And I miss having recreational activities also, more so outdoors activities, because I'm an outdoors type person. I love being outside. Yeah.
What's your next question for me?
It's your turn.
I feel like you got more questions than me, but all right. So, does Tanzania feel like home yet? And if it does, when did it happen for you?
Yes, Tanzania feels like home for me. It didn't happen until we moved to Tonga, and it happened probably about 2 months after I got to Tonga. Just one day I walked into our yard and had this feeling. I was like, man, I'm home. I just really felt like this is where I'm supposed to be. But it wasn't until I got to Tonga that I felt that. And also, another thing makes me feel like home. I hear all the time from the people out here that the area I'm in now in Tonga, I look like one of the tribes out here. It's like the biggest tribe out here in Tonga. And so they all ask me, "Are you Samba?" And I'm like,
Samba.
Samba. So I'm like, I don't know, maybe, because they say I look like the Samba people. Like the young lady that lives with us, she's Samba, and they always think I'm her mom or we're related somehow. And they speak to me in Swahili. They don't believe that I'm not Tanzanian. They think I'm lying.
So look, they call me Mzungu because Mzungu means foreigner, but they look at her and they just automatically assume she's from Tanzania. But they look at me and they're like, nah, he's not from here. So they call me Mzungu. They'd be like, oh, so you married you a Mzungu?
Yeah, the lady told him he went to get something from a shop one day, and she was like, yeah, you're the Mzungu that's married to the Tanzanian woman. He's
like, what Tanzanian woman? I'm like, my wife is from America too. And she was like, oh, she looks Tanzanian. And I'm like, well, what do I look like? She's like, oh, you look like a Mzungu. I'm like, wow.
Even when we first came here, I got a hard time at the airport because
Samba.
So at the airport, the immigration officer, he didn't think I was American. He thought I had a fake passport from America, and he gave me a hard time. He didn't want to stamp my passport because he said, you're not American, you're Tanzanian. I can tell you're from Tanzania. And he was trying to speak to me in Swahili. I'm like, sir, I don't know what you're saying. So he finally stamped it, but I stood there for probably like 10 minutes going back and forth with him. Like, I was born in America. Like, I don't know what else to tell you.
But yes.
Yes, so that makes me feel good. It makes me feel like home, especially because Tonga is the place where everybody say I look like the people here, and this is a place that feels like home, Tonga.
Yeah, but I did get told by somebody I look like the Tabora people from Tabora here in Tanzania, and they said it was because of my cranial structure, and I was like, "Are they Bantu people?" And they was like, "Yes." I was like, "I'm cool with it then."
All right, I'm gonna ask you this because I have more questions. What's your saddest moment in Tanzania?
My saddest moment is when I found out that my Uncle Rodney died. Me and my Uncle Rodney, we did not have, like, as a child, we were close, and then, something happened, and we kind of had a falling out, and we hadn't spoken years. And then one day my mom called me and she had, relayed the message to me that my Uncle Rodney had passed. And for me, it was kind of devastating because the last words to each other wasn't nice, kind, you know what I'm saying? And so it was one of those situations of that's not how I want my relationships with people to end, where the last words that we had were not that great, because now I don't have the opportunity to say I'm sorry or just to make things right. So for me, that was the saddest moment for me being here.
Yeah, for me, I guess I would probably have to say I've had several loved ones that have passed since being over here. I just got told this week that I had a cousin that passed, but I think probably my grandfather. But 3 months after I got here, my grandfather passed away, and it was hard. You have a tough face, and you try and just move on and everything. But that was hard because I guess in my family, I'm the one that everybody's like, hey, you gonna be here? They kind of lean on and stuff. And I'm like, no, I'm not coming to the funeral. So that was hard for me. It was hard because I had to tell my family, no, I'm not coming. But it was hard because, you know, he's gone. And I didn't get to see him right before he passed, you know, so that was kind of sad. Well, it was sad for me. But you got another question?
Mm-hmm. We're gonna move on from that because y'all can tell that was kind of, so we're gonna move on from that one. If you could bring anything from the US, what would it be?
Besides my family.
Besides your family, if you could bring anything over here, what would it be?
Huh.
Bubble tea.
No, I wouldn't say bubble tea. Anything?
Anything.
Well, see, I could create the things that I would bring over here.
Okay.
So my family, first, just I think, yeah, my family, my furniture. I miss my furniture.
You want to explain to them why you say the furniture?
Well, we just got some furniture made, and you know, you could get nice furniture here, but it's gonna be in either Arusha or Dar es Salaam. You get nice furniture, and then you have to have it shipped here. So I did not have money to have my furniture shipped, so I had to have somebody make some furniture. And even though it's nice, it's just, who said key lime pie? I got somebody. Oh, okay. Yes, I do miss me some key lime pie. But my furniture is not proportional. So, you know, I like symmetry. And the way my house was when I was there, my furniture, I liked my furniture. Y'all don't laugh at me. I miss my bedspread, my comforter set. So it was really nice. You know, my mattress. Oh, that's what I would bring. I would bring my mattress. I had a very comfortable mattress.
You mean you don't like these hard mattresses they got here?
Man, my back is healed. But I miss my mattress from the US. So I would bring my family, definitely some of my things that was in my house. I think that's it. I don't really miss things from America. I'm just being honest. Besides, like I said, I miss having things to do, but I don't miss stuff in America. You know, just my family, my furnishings. I wish I would have brought me more stuff like grits. I just got some grits brought here, y'all, and they almost done already. 2 big old things of grits.
She has more coming, don't worry.
And they almost gone. And I actually didn't even make any the other day because I looked at how little was in there, and I'm like, nah, I'm gonna save these for when I'm really, really craving some because they almost finished.
She almost cried about these grits.
I like grits. I like fish and grits for breakfast. You know.
Look, my wife will eat fish and grits for lunch, breakfast, and dinner.
So what about? Oh, you already asked me. So what are you looking forward to in Tanzania?
What am I looking forward to? I'm looking forward to my tribe coming home. I'm looking forward to all of you that are hearing the sound of my voice, all of Yasharel scattered across the 4 corners of this flat earth to come home. That's what I'm looking forward to. I'm looking for that day when the trumpet blows and everyone has been told, leave now. And I'm happy to see others hearing the call to come down. But when the call goes out for everybody to come home, that's what I'm looking for.
So somebody else say you look like the people from Tabora.
Hallelujah.
And he does. I actually looked at the heads of the men there, and I was like, yeah, that's your head right there. So,
yes, Malambo, yes.
So we don't know, you know, for many of us, we don't know where we're from, but all we know when we get here, people say, you look like this tribe. So we could be. We don't know because we know that slaves were taken from all over Africa and shipped here, there, and everywhere. So
Yeah.
we don't know.
For a lot of us, when we first come into this walk, we only hear about the transatlantic slave trade, but we don't really know too much about the East Africa, the Arab slave trade, and things that happened here on East Africa.
Right. And a lot of those things happened before the transatlantic slave trade. So it's so much history over here. But, for some reason, like we say, they only talk about West Africa.
That's right, Baba. We do.
But for me, what am I looking forward to? I am looking forward to building and providing the things that the Most High calls us to do that's going to meet the needs of the people here. I'm looking forward to providing educational material for the children so that they're better equipped when it's time for them to graduate high school. They're better equipped to actually finish high school. They're better equipped for business when they exit out of university. So I'm looking forward to bringing those things. I'm looking forward to building homes that are appropriate for the people here to live in, where they don't have to get bit by mosquitoes and all the time and all kind of things like that. I'm looking forward to building affordable homes for them. I'm looking forward to building extracurricular things for families to do where, okay, I just have to tell this story so y'all understand why I'm saying this. Stuff that don't look like trash. Extracurricular things that don't look like trash. And the reason I say this, so there's a STEM park here. Okay?
No, that's a twig park.
Wait, it's a STEM park here that was, funded by the Swiss. And so I'm like, I read the article about the STEM park. It was some parts that it was like, okay, some parts that I was like, see, this is why these people don't need to be here. But I went to the STEM park. The STEM park.
No, we spying out what the other people doing. So
yeah, I'm like, why in the world would y'all build something like this and want these people to be so thrilled with it?
I've seen drug addict parks in the hood that look better than this place.
It's crazy. I'm like, what is this? This is now y'all know good and well y'all wouldn't build something like this in y'all's country. But you come over here and you build something like this and you want the people to be all jolly and stuff about it. I'm like, no. So I want to build things that actually look nice and is educational at the same time. I'm big at providing extracurricular, but making sure that everything we provide, you can learn at the same time. Everybody can learn, the grown folks down to the children. So that's what I'm looking forward to, being able to provide those things for the people here. Let me see. What's your funniest moment in Tanzania?
My funniest moment. So when we were down in Dar es Salaam, we had an office and we had these monkeys that would come and they used to be jumping on the windows. And so the monkey didn't see me walking up towards the window because it was distracted by the other monkeys. And so I put my face right close to the window and he turned around and saw me. And I mean, it scared him so bad. Wait. Okay. Not that I'm like ugly or nothing like that, but it scared him. And the way he jumped just had me rolling.
Okay. So I'm going to say for me, my funniest moment, we went to the beach in Pangani. Pangani is an area here in Tonga. It is so beautiful in Pangani and it's like untouched. It was a very popular area for the Germans when they were here. And when we left the beach, we were like, let's go and get something to eat. So we were actually with Journey with us. And so we were with them and all their kids. And so we went to one of the restaurants. And now is not even open to Pangani yet. They're finishing the road, so you have to take like a little side road, and it's all bumpy, and it takes like an hour to get there because of the roads. So it's one of these restaurants. It's way back up in the cut. You just see the sign from where the road is, and you have to go back up and
like half a mile back in there.
Oh my goodness, to get to this restaurant. And so it was so funny because when we got there, you got all these black folks getting out of this van, and we walk up.
There's a bunch of Swedish people there.
It's a bunch of Swedish people standing on the porch. And so when they see all these black folks walk up, they literally were like deers caught in headlights. No lie, mouth wide open. They were just like they could not believe we were there. They're like, what are y'all doing here?
Why Brother Floyd picking at me? Why are you picking at me?
But it was so funny to me because they were shocked because they heard us speaking English and they could tell that we were African American. And so they were shocked, like, what are they doing here? And it's like, dang, they were like shocked and disappointed, like, dang, they found this place. They here. And so it was so funny to me. And the whole time we were there, the restaurant, they were just staring at us and talking because the darn African Americans that made it back over here and they were shocked.
Look, hold on. Let me answer this from my boy. I got the VIP in the building, Don P. My brother, you want to know what they doing here? Look. Somehow, the Swedish people, this is going to blow your mind, Don. The Swedish people, they don't even need a visa to come to Tanzania. So they got some stuff going on. Like we got to have a visa to come here. They don't need no visa. They can come here visa free. So they got a lot of stuff going on here. They're the ones who are behind the STEM part. They're the ones who are trying to bring AI to the country. So that should tell you something there.
Do you have another question for me?
Do I have another question for you?
I got two more.
Yes, I do have one last question. Would you say was coming to Africa the best choice you ever made next to marrying me?
So the third best choice. You're second. Most High is first, brother. Okay.
No, I can't compare to that.
Right.
I can't compare to that.
So third, yeah. Third is the best choice. I never had Africa on my radar, but now being here, if I had to go back and choose somewhere to go again, I would not choose anywhere else other than Africa. I would not want to be anywhere else. I love being here with all of our people that look like us. I don't have to worry about, even though they got some of these people here, they not here. It's not like the US or Europe where it's a lot of them here. They're here, but they sprinkle spots. So I like that because y'all just spots. You're not the majority over here. You're a minority. And so I love that. I love being surrounded by people who their skin looks like me. I look like them. They look like me. And we're just talking to a relative the other day. And they were saying how they broke down somewhere in Georgia, and it just happened to be one of them towns that you don't want to break down in. And so, for them having to look over their shoulder, and when it was somebody that came to help or something like that.
No, there was another brother. It was my mom. My mom and my stepdad. They were coming back from Alabama, and they were heading back to Florida, and they got a flat tire. And the guy who came from AAA to help them, he jacked the car up even worse. So they were just waiting. And a lady came over and told them, listen, this is not the place that people that look like you want to be.
I thought you said the AAA person on the phone told her that.
No, the lady at the store where they were parked at told them this is not the place you want to be, especially as it's getting darker. And so there was another brother. He took his wife home and he came back and he told him, I'm gonna stay here with y'all until y'all, get y'all car able to go again. And I appreciate that, brother, for doing that. And they were able to get on back down to Florida
Right, because it's crazy. Because sundown town still exists in the U.S. So
Right.
So yeah, I don't miss anything about European countries. So no, I'll take Africa any day, even though it's things I want to change. I prefer a paved road. I will bumpity bump all day before I move back to the US.
Even the mosquitoes?
Mosquitoes and all.
What else you got for me?
Any regrets coming to Africa?
Yes. Not doing it sooner. That's about it. That's my only regret, is not doing it sooner. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot more opportunity here. And just like my wife talked about with the baptism, just getting to give the gospel, getting to share it with people who actually want to hear it. You know, most of y'all have been through this in the US. You know, you try to talk to somebody that look like us about, you know, why they need the Most High, and they just blow you off. You know what I'm saying? And so here, they want to hear the good news. You know, they want to know who they are. They want to know why they're in the situation they're in. They want to know, how do I repent? How do I have true repentance? Let's talk about it. Let's get into it. We can do that here. So
yeah, we love showing them scriptures and they mouth drop like, what? This been in the Bible the whole time?
Yeah, because they give them little excerpts of the Bible. They don't really give them they'll give them a Bible, but then they tell them, you can hold this, but I'm going to tell you what it says.
Yeah.
Let's see. Are there some nice areas for retirees there in Tonga? Walking distance to open markets? Not yet. Just gonna be honest, not yet.
So in any of the neighborhoods outside of like the city center, you're gonna find little street vendors selling food,
Your fruits, vegetables, butchers.
You know, you'll find little corner stores you can walk to where they're bigger than, if y'all been here and y'all know Dukanis. They're bigger than Dukanis, which a Dukani is like a maybe a 10 by 8 store that
Right.
sells a little something. So they have stores, little corner stores in a lot of the neighborhoods outside the city center, and it's in walking distance.
Yeah, but
So
you know, we got kind of like our own little Uber Eats, DoorDash type thing. You have the ladies who grow vegetables and fruits at their house, and then they'll fill them in a basket, put it on their head, and they'll walk through the village, you know, just saying what they got. And, you know, you open up your gate or you call them over, you can just buy it right there. So, you know, it's kind of like, you know, being a retiree. You can just chill in the house and the food can just come right to your door.
yeah, you just arrange it with them and they'll start bringing it, or you just call them and order it and they'll bring it to you. So, but Roscazoni is a nice area for, you know, retirees. It is more expensive, you know, than outside of the city because it's right in the heart of like the city of Tonga town.
But when we say expensive,
it's not US expensive.
Yeah.
Like I'm talking about, you'll find a place out there for like 700 to maybe like 1,500 USD.
Yes.
Expensive.
Here, that $700 is expensive.
Yes.
Here.
So yeah, that's real expensive out here. So you'll find that, but the only thing about Roscazoni is not a lot of places. Well, I don't know what you consider walkable distance. I mean, if you're a person that like to exercise, you could you could walk to, you know, the town because it's not that far, like where all the shops are.
Right.
If you like exercising, but I'm just gonna be honest, I ain't trying to walk that far. It's short for some people, but for me, it's too long. So,
as my wife says, I got short legs and I got to move them too much to get far.
Yeah. So my last question is: there anybody that you want to meet here in Tanzania?
I met Baba already, but actually, I'm looking forward to one of these days speaking with Mama Samia, the president. You know, Yeah, I'd like to meet Mama Samia and speak with her, about the future of the country.
Um,
I know Baba would like that.
I want to meet. I have two for my answer. I want to meet more diaspora who actually want to be a part of the communities here, and I mean they want to be around the people who are born here, born and raised here. They want to be a part, and they have a heart for the people here and for helping. Um, Tend to our brothers and sisters here. Scripture does say take care of the orphans and the widows. And even when we had our farms and stuff, you were supposed to leave the stuff after you were glean for the people to come and glean. So it's like we're supposed to be helping. So I want to meet more diaspora that really have a heart to really help and they don't have ulterior motives in their heart. So that's who I want to meet. Mature-minded diaspora who really want to help the people here and to help build in the way that the Most High is telling us to build. And the other person I want to meet,
No, go ahead. Go ahead and read that one.
I want to meet the MP of Tonga. Just because I have a lot of questions about Tonga because this is where I live and I want to help focusing on this region first because this is where the Most High brought us. So I really want to meet the MP of Tonga. And like I said, I want to meet more diaspora who are saying the Most High told me to come and do this. And no matter the adversity that we face, they pushing through to get it done. That's who I want to meet. And they love the Most High. They love the people. And they're ready to help meet the needs of the people here.
So Sister Melody said, what types of businesses are needed and would flourish in Tanzania?
Oh, Lord. Any thought that you have, that business. But more specifically, we do need, even though these countries like Tanzania is fertile, is known for agriculture. That's one of the biggest ways they make money here. But we do need people to come here with agriculture and to come here with the good seeds, non-GMO seeds, because we have seen recently how they're trying to, and they've already started sneaking in that GMO food here. Because some of the foods we have noticed the seed quantity inside of the foods are going down. I'm like, this shouldn't be happening. Why is this happening? But it's because they're starting to introduce that non-GMO foods and they're supposed to be labeling it, but it's not being labeled as GMO. Right. I mean, they're starting to introduce GMO foods and it's not being labeled as GMO. So we need people who are going to come here and do agriculture with real seeds. So that is a good business, especially because a lot of them are uneducated about what GMO seeds are. But when you educate them, when they really find out, they are quick to be like, nah, we ain't doing that. But we just need more people to start farming with non-GMO products. You got another question?
Yeah. Is Swahili the major language? Yes. Swahili is the language here in Tanzania.
But if you're studying, make sure, and you're coming to Tanzania, make sure you learn Tanzanian Swahili because it's different from like Kenyan Swahili.
Yeah.
So just be careful with that because we started learning Swahili before we got here and people didn't know what we were saying.
Yeah, because look, Google Translate, that is Kenyan Swahili. And I know it might sound crazy, Swahili is Swahili, but it's not. The Kenyan Swahili is different. Like, for example, here, Bibi in Tanzania, the word Bibi means grandmother. But in Kenya, Bibi means wife. So if I go to Kenya and I'd be like, yeah, this is my Bibi, they're gonna be like, you're married to this is not old. You know, they're gonna be like, "You're married to her?" They're like, "No, it's my BB." They don't. It's because it's different.
Yeah. What other
Caribou Melody.
Yes. What other businesses besides agriculture, ecotourism, just tourism businesses in general, manufacturing, top of the list, manufacturing. I know a lot of countries are so gun-ho about just infrastructure. Infrastructure is great. We need it. It's one of the top things that's needed here. But if you don't have manufacturing to bring a lot of jobs to the country, infrastructure ain't gonna do jack to bring your country up. So, besides infrastructure, you need a lot of manufacturing here. It's so many things that can be manufactured here. It's ridiculous. That's not. For one, they have a plant out here called Tsiyon. It's actually where a lot of the weaving baskets and everything like that comes from that plant, the leaves of the plant. But at the base of that Tsiyon plant is where you get the agave syrup from, we learned. And, you know, agave is a high-end product in these European countries. And they got Tsiyon everywhere out here, but they ain't got no agave factory out here. But they could be selling that. Also, avocado oil is a big ticket item, in the US. Avocado oil a lot of times is not cheap. And so they have so many avocados that grow in certain areas out here, but nobody is manufacturing it to make avocado oil to sell.
Right.
So it's things like that. People could be opening up these manufacturing companies to manufacture a lot of the products out here to sell, but they're not. But so manufacturing is huge. We need manufacturing terribly out here. And I said ecotourism out here because they're trying to attract people to want to come to the country. So that's another good business if you could provide something as far as tourism goes. What else?
So what we're going to do now, for those of you who would like, we're going to put the link out there. Now, this is my first time doing this, so y'all don't get mad at me if I do it wrong. So let me see. We're gonna put the link out there if you guys want to come on and ask us some questions. I will say this. We want to allow other people to come on also. So we can only get 6 people on here, including us at a time. So, after we've answered your question, we're going to take you off so somebody else can come in. If you don't want to come on, but you want to ask a question, you can put it in the chat as well. And we will try to make sure we catch it to answer it. So the link is out there. It's in the chat.
So somebody did ask a question. They're saying people say you can own land in Tanzania, but however, research and other individuals' testimony say no, you cannot own land in Tanzania. You both have a different stance. Our stance is you cannot own land as a foreigner in Tanzania. So, but if you have a business, you can buy land under your business. You can buy houses, different things like that under your business. In Zanzibar, however, it is different. In Zanzibar, you are allowed to buy land and houses as a foreigner, not just under your business. As a foreigner, you can buy land and houses in Zanzibar. But on mainland Tanzania, you cannot own land right out as a foreigner. It has to be you have a company and your company acquires the land.
Right. It's okay, this journey. We all right with that. We'll just answer them right here in the chat. So
Somebody
let's see. Do you have to leave every 90 days? We do not have to leave every 90 days because we have residency. But when you first get here, if you have not already had a lawyer set up your business and everything for you, you do have to leave every 90 days.
Yes.
Let's see. What does it say? How do we know that the projects you're working on in Tanzania are not just governmental programs you're participating in just to gain permanent residency?
How do you know they're not just governmental programs you're participating in? I mean,
But I'm not understanding the question. Let's see here. How do we know that the projects you're working on in Tanzania are not just governmental programs you're participating in just to gain permanent residency? Well, first of all,
you can't gain residency like that.
you can't gain residency like that. You got to be here for 10 years. And then we don't have that type of money like the Swiss do, the Chinese do, the Europeans do. But I appreciate you speaking that over us, that we're rich like that. I receive it. But yeah, there's no government program here for the things that we're doing. What we're doing at the school, the only thing the school provides is education. The parents have to pay for the food, the uniforms, the school supplies, and that's it. They don't do anything else. They don't give them a food program. They don't take care of the buildings there. The only thing they do is allow the kids to go to the school, and they pay the teachers. That's it.
If you like, you can reach out to the Board of Education here in Tanzania, and you can ask them yourselves if they have a program like that we're helping out with, because you do have access to them. You can look them up, the Board of Education here in Tanzania. Yeah. So
let's see here. What if I don't have a business? How would I get involved? So there are different ways to get involved with things here on the country. You don't have to have a business. If you have the financial ability, you can invest in companies that are here on the continent as an investor. You can get residency. You can be a part of a nonprofit. You can, they do have a retiree visa here. So if you are eligible for retiree, you can get a retirement visa here. What else is there?
Also,
critical skills.
Yeah, and with investment, the government has lots of projects that they're looking for people to invest in. So you can reach out to the Tanzania Investment Center and ask about some projects that the government has if you want to get involved with some of the bigger projects going on here in the country, because there are quite a few that they, are looking for investors in as well. So it's several different ways you can get involved. Even if you're not here right now, you still can get involved. Look into some things before you come over. It's lots of ways to get involved.
So NH Section 15. Technically, no, an individual cannot own land here. But if you have a business, your business can purchase land. It can be in the business's name. So, so I hope that answers your question. Let's see. Somebody said they had the same issue with Cash App. I didn't catch what that was. Stay on Fire Ministry, Shalom family.
Yes, shalom.
Are we allowed to buy land? So, MD, you might have just came in, but yes, you can buy land through your company, but it would be in your company's name, not in your personal name. You would have to own a business to buy the land.
Please allow me to rephrase the question. Get into Tanzania with phones and construction gear, get local land, get on local land and act like it's their project that you guys
People get into Tanzania with phones and construction gear to get on local land and act like it's their project.
I'm gonna show this just so here in Tanzania, I don't know about what you have heard, but if you are new in any area in Tanzania, you have the local chief and you got all the people in the neighborhood. You are not going to be illegal for a long time here because people, especially like where we are, they're going to be asking questions about who you are and why you are there. When we first moved into our neighborhood, the local chief came knocking at our gate to find out who we were, to make sure we had our residency cards and everything. So how people are sneaking up in places and doing that, I haven't heard of it. I'm not saying that they don't, but all I know is in the areas we're in, they actually check the people out to make sure that they are actually legal to be here. And even for the projects that we're doing, we have government officials that are there at the projects.
Yeah, you can watch our video of the school ceremony where once we were done putting that borehole well at that school, they had a ceremony there. So I don't know if maybe we snuck on there and hired those people as extras.
So, but no, I'll say this. So when you do things in the country, the government knows. And before you can even do those projects or continue those projects, you actually have to have permission from the government to do those things. So I don't see how people can be sneaking on somewhere and actually, they're not supposed to really be there. So I don't know if that answers your question, but I don't really see how that's possible from what we have experienced here.
And just right, we live 6 hours away from where T3 and Me's project is.
Yes.
So to answer your question, no, we are not moving to their eco village.
Yes.
Let's see. When preparing to travel, do we need to state why or who we are planning to visit on the continent, especially if you're looking to purchase land or set up a business?
Yes. Yes. It's even when you come to the country, it's going to be an area where you have to put who you're coming to see, a contact for them and everything. So yes, you do have to state why you're coming to visit. If you're coming for tourism, you do have to state why.
Okay. Do we keep the Shabbat? Yes. Yes. However, it is 11:03 at night here. So Shabbat is over for us. But yes, we do follow the law, statutes, and commandments. Can I ask what your guys' business idea is? I'm new to all this. Any ideas for me and my family?
We have a lot of business ideas that would honestly be better to go in depth about a lot of different opportunities in the country. If we actually had a time that we could talk to you. So schedule that out with us.
Yeah, just email us. At the bottom, you'll see a little thing going across the screen. Our email will come up, steppingstones2home@gmail.com. It's a free consultation. We don't charge people to talk to you about coming to the continent.
Right. We can go over more in-depth things that, are needed here in the country.
Yeah. Let's see what else we got here. Do you keep Shabbat in this farming community and will require people to keep it who plan to join the community? So we don't live in a community, and we don't require people to do anything in their own house. So, for me personally, how I feel, I'm only responsible for my household. and what happens in my household.
Right.
It's not my place to tell people what to do in their household.
We live in a regular old neighborhood, just like everybody in the U.S. live in a neighborhood somewhere. We live in a neighborhood, and it's us. We're the only African Americans here in our area, the neighborhood we live in. So we keep Shabbat with our household, and that's it. We don't. I don't know if you mean like a community of people that
Hebrews.
believe the same. We don't live in a place like that.
Right. Where we are in Tonga, in the Hebrew community, there is only about 5 families, and we're all spread out.
Right.
In different places because Tonga is huge. But literally, there is only about 5 families here. Let's see. Benjamin Judah said. So Benjamin Judah, what you can do is you can go over to T3andMe's YouTube page, and their contact information is there. And Siobhan and Tim, they'll give you all the information you need in regards to their eco village. Also, they're both on Facebook. You know, Tim Ford Jr., Siobhan Ford, so you can get it all there.
What? Just right. What question was that?
Do you all? Okay, just right said, but it's a faith-based community where you start your own.
No, we are not building an eco village or anything like that. What we're doing, we're building things for the people here, the people diaspora who are coming. It's not just an eco village for diaspora who know who they are. We're providing things for the locals here, things that they need, homes that they can afford, homes that are safe, homes that have things that they need inside of it. We are not building an eco village for just like Israelite people who know that they're Israel. I'll say that.
Right. So just right, you know, I do apologize if you had a misunderstanding about exactly what the Dry Bones Project is. The Dry Bones Project is 3 separate families, now 4, because of what Brother Karras is doing. Is these we're families that are doing different things here in different areas here on the continent. T3andMe, they have started an eco village here on the continent. Stepping Stones of Home, we're doing infrastructure, urban development here on the continent. Journey with Us, they are writers and marketing specialists. And then Brother Karras is doing infrastructure in different countries here on the continent. So what the Dry Bones Project is about is just showcasing what these different families are doing here on the continent. So as far as being unified, the unification part of it is we're all together in the Dry Bones Project, accomplishing the separate things that the Most High has told us to do.
Right.
But each family's project is separate from the other. I hope that answers your question.
And as far as a community, the eco village, that's the only like community that I've heard of is the eco village that T3andMe are doing. I'm not sure what that question means.
I don't know either.
Yeah. So I don't think we have any more questions. MD, your question. As far as I know, they've been straight up. We don't know them personally, so I can't vouch for somebody I don't know on a personal level like that. But as far as I know, they've been straight up with us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So that is what's been going on with us. Yes, we are focused on not just Israel. Well, Israel as a whole, we're focused on because Israel is here on the continent as well.
Right.
Not everybody on the continent is Israel, but
Israel is
still here. And so we're focused on helping all of our brothers and sisters because, just to be honest, the Most High is the one who knows who's Israel and who's not.
Right. And if you look at, when you go on Teyu's website about the Dry Bones Project, you will read Ezekiel 37 about the two sticks becoming one. So that means that there's one stick already here in the land, and we're the other stick that has returned to the land.
Exactly.
So we are focused on both Yasharel and our brothers and sisters that are here on the continent,
which is still
Yasharel.
So no, we're not focused on the diaspora who are coming here only. We're focused on providing and building for both the diaspora who are coming, but also for our brothers and sisters who are here. You know, because I'll be honest, when you look at it, yeah, it's a dire need for the diaspora to leave, but it's dire needs for our brothers and sisters here on the continent too. They're in need of a lot as well. So, you know, no, we're not focused on just diaspora who are coming to the continent.
Yes. Salama family, Ashonda at large in the building. Thank you, sis. We appreciate that. And Sister Jewel said, what'd she say here? Retirement visa is 2 year, not 90 days. That's her question. What did you find out about the retirement visa?
No, it's not 90 days, the retirement visa. It's not 90 days. So, and actually, the retirement visa is actually, from what I read, I do have to go back on that site because thankfully Tanzania just updated all of its sites, their websites. So I do have to go back because there's a lot of updated information on there. So if you went on there a few months ago to get information, you might want to check the sites back out because they have revamped all of their sites. Some information they have taken off, and they have some new information that they have added. So I will have to look back into their site because I have not checked since they redid their site. But the last time I checked, the retirement visa was not 2 years. You had to reapply every 6 months for it.
Right. Ro James, let's see here. Oh, I love it. On our anniversary. At Stepping Stones the Home, on the TIC site, Tanzania offers permanent residency for tourists volunteering for governmental projects. How do we know that what we're sending money to is not sponsored by the government? So sponsored, from my understanding of the dictionary, means that it's paid for. When someone sponsors something, they paid for it. So that means you wouldn't need to send money. Next. Let's see here.
Also, once again, you can reach out to the government yourself. The numbers are right online. And you can call them and ask them if you like to know, for sure.
Yes, Chai, and we do have a Facebook page. My Facebook page is Atur bin Yehuda. Let's see. You don't know T3andMe like that. The Dry Bones seems to be. We know T3andMe. And I mean, we've given you the information as to how to link up with them for the Eco Village. So I don't know.
Yeah, we know them, but we don't live in the same area anymore. We haven't been in, oh goodness.
Yeah,
we haven't seen them in about a year or so because they moved away from Dar es Salaam first.
Right.
And then we moved here to Tonga. So we know them, but.
Right. They've been busy working on their Eco Village, and we've been busy up here and doing what we're doing. One more question. Thank you, Melody. One more question. Investments are one thing, large investments are another. Those prepared to make a very large investment need to make sure everything is legit. Things have to be in order.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I 100% agree with that. And that's why you make sure you have a good lawyer on both sides of the table. one that's here on the ground in whatever country, if it's Tanzania, Ghana, South Africa, wherever, and then, one that's where you are currently.
Yes. And so, yeah, we always recommend people to get a lawyer to verify everything for you, because you don't want to sign any contracts or get into anything without having a lawyer that you trust to verify everything for you. So, yeah, don't do anything without a lawyer. We don't make any moves without our lawyer checking things out for us. Even this house that we got, we didn't sign this contract until we got everything over to our lawyer to make sure that the person actually owned the house. So, and that it was able to be rented. So we don't do anything without our lawyer.
Let's see. What type of money do I need to leave Babylon? So this is what I would tell you. I would say first pray and ask the Most High where he wants you to go. All right. Once he directs you where he wants you to go and when he wants you to go, you start researching those countries or that country that he tells you. You find out what is the cost of living, what is the average cost for housing, groceries. If you are going to buy a car there, what is the average cost of that? If you have children, what is the cost of a good private school, or if you're going to put them in public school? You research all these things. Medical procedures, what do they cost in that country? Just so you'll know, what you need, because each country varies.
Right. Some countries are actually cheaper to live in than others. Like Tanzania compared to like Senegal is completely different. Senegal is a lot more expensive than Tanzania to live in. So it just depends on where you're going and the research that you do to find out exactly what you need.
Yeah. So I hope that answers your question, MD. Salama, Auntie Kim. Thank you, Sister Sharon. We appreciate that.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
So residency based.
Residency based on what? Trying to understand, aside from a registered business, how they manage to have residents.
NGO.
Yes, we have a nonprofit here. Let's see. Stepping stones to home. How have y'all been able to stay in Tanzania without having to leave the country? We have residency we have a nonprofit.
Right.
And if you want our Cash App, it is scrolling at the bottom. It is $ stepping stones spelled out, the number 2 home.
And so what happened when we first got here, we hit the ground running. So we knew that we didn't want to leave the country. So we right away jumped into getting our residency, finding out how to get our residency, the different avenues we could take in getting our residency. So that's how we were able to do it. But it is completely up to you guys how you want to do it. We don't tell people not to go visit other places after 90 days if you don't know for sure that the Most High has told you to come here. I think if you have the money, it's an opportunity to see many other countries here in Africa. But yes, you have 90 days here in Tanzania, and then you do have to leave if you don't have residency, if you don't set something up, or if you know an NGO here where you can invest.
Gotcha. Yes. All right. We're gonna welcome in Brother Don P. He done landed his plane. Brother Don, what's going on, sir?
I just landed my plane in Tanzania. No, actually, we just our first community building meeting, and You guys are right, spot on. It's first of all, you got to have a plan. Well, first of all, you have to be led by the Most High. Then, secondly, based on that, you have to have a plan. And everything they're saying is spot on. So in our meeting today, our attorney was on, and also our developer. So and then we have a couple people that are on the ground there. But yeah, our project. For some reason, the Most High is leading all of us to Tanzania, different parts, but to Tanzania. And so our project, starting out as a build, that's one of the good things you can do to get yourself financially leveled up is to practice group economics. And so being with a group of like-minded people, you can take what you have invested together and then have your people on the ground there, an attorney, you could even start a business, and it's not that expensive. You can start a business, or you could do a nonprofit. The biggest thing you want to do is you want to be building value to the government. You want to demonstrate that what you're doing builds value for their citizenry. We're focused on the diaspora and trying to make it affordable for our people to move there. So we're actually, when we actually get there, but we're going to register as a real estate development company. So the first thing we're doing is buying property and so forth. And it's because we know that next year there's going to be a lot of things happening in the U.S. and it ain't going to be good. There's a lot of things that's going to be happening around the world that's not going to be good. I don't know if you guys know about the World Health Organization, that treaty they have. So if they have another thing, they get this over all the governments that are in the treaty.
Mm-hmm.
And so, they're going to take away your ability to manage your own money with the CDC's, not CDC, the CBDC. It's just all bad. It's everything that we're seeing in the book. And I was bringing AI there. That's not a good look. That's not a good look. We want to be able to duck and cover while the rest of the world is being controlled by this evil system. So at any rate, we're going to be trying to be off grid our communities as much as possible, so that it can be a little more self-sustaining. It's all about heat and so forth and so on. Anyway, I just wanted to congratulate you guys on 2 years. It's very inspirational. I can point to people and say, hey, these guys are doing it over here. And, maybe we can become a part of the Dry Bones Project to provide some solutions to our people here in the diaspora, as well as our brothers and sisters on the.
Hallelujah.
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 Yeah. It's important. And, all over the continent, we need our people coming here, ones that are led by the Most High, because everybody has a task. Not everybody is assigned to the same task. So, everybody can't do what the next person is doing, but each specific thing that the Most High is calling us to do is so important. So just like what you guys are doing, and more people need to, hear from the Most High and be led and come and do what they're supposed to do, because our people need to come home. And so there are things that need to be prepared, for our people. So
thank you, Brother Don P, for coming on.
Thank you. I just wanted to give our organization name. It's Tsiyon to Home. And so we'll be setting up all of our social media and so forth coming forward. Bless you, brothers and sisters. I'll land there.
All right.
All right, my brother. All right.
So if you set up a nonprofit, and if you get your residency through a nonprofit, your residency is for 2 years. After 2 years, you will have to reapply for your residency if you set it up through a nonprofit.
Right.
So that is how it works in Tanzania.
Yeah.
However, that is Tanzania.
Right.
Other countries, things are different.
Yeah. And the residency doesn't matter if it's a nonprofit or if it's a business, a for-profit business. It's for 2 years. If you come in on a school, if you get school visa or school residency, it's still for 2 years. And then you have to renew after those 2 years. Let's see, I've seen a woman teaching on YouTube that says the promised land is in the Jordan. She sounds like she knows what she's talking about. What do you guys think?
I think you just pray and ask the Most High. Ask him where it is and let him be the one to tell you. So that's what I think.
Yeah.
You know, I don't care who it is on YouTube. You need to have discernment for yourself, and you need to be able to hear from the Most High for yourself. And so I don't know the lady.
Right.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't really follow people like that on YouTube. So it's very few people that I actually listen to on YouTube. So I don't know the lady to say what she's talking about, to actually comment on what she believes or what she's talking about.
Right. And don't take it the wrong way, MD. It's just for us, when it comes down to where the land is, we know what we believe. And again, I don't feel like it's my place to try to force you to know where it is. You know, through our studies, we believe sub-Saharan Africa is where our land is. You know, that's through our studies and our research. So, if you agree with what that young lady or older lady, whoever the teacher is that's teaching that, you know, and from your studies and from your time with the Most High, that's what you believe, then, you know, that's what you believe. But as for me and my house, sub-Saharan Africa is our land.
So, yeah.
Yeah. Are there any more questions before we get out of here? Because it's about 11:30 here.
Yes.
I got to get my beauty rest.
Yes, we do.
Yes, we do follow Brother Yacoba, and as he has stated, he believes our land is sub-Saharan Africa as well. So, like I stated, we do believe sub-Saharan Africa is our land. So that is what we believe. Let's see. Is the law of Torah coming out from where you believe the promised land is? Do we see the Torah here? Yes. Yes, we do.
I say parts of it.
Yes.
Parts we don't see. But the scripture says that we were going to wake up first and then Israel was. So a lot of our brothers and sisters, they're still waking up over here. So a lot of things we're not going to see that's, you know, verbatim until our people wake up and they start learning that, you know, just like we are learning. But some of them, they do practice things over here that we do see in Torah, and they don't know why they do it. It's just something that they do.
Right. Have we ever met him in person? If you're referring to Minister Yacoba, no, we have never met him in person as of yet.
Is Yacoba coming to Tanzania? We have no idea. I know he said he wanted to come and visit.
Yeah.
But we have no idea. You have to ask him if he's coming to Tanzania.
Yeah, I mean, it's however the Most High is leading him. So I know he, like my wife said, he did say he wanted to visit here. It's one of the places he wanted to visit, but you know, we'll see.
Yeah, so you know, we're gonna get ready to get off of here. We are just thankful that the Most High has brought us this far, almost 2 years being here, and starting tomorrow, day one of the beginning of our 3rd year. And so we're thankful for everything that he's been doing, all the doors he's been opening up, and all the people that he has placed in our life, the people who have been here to encourage us when it's been hard, people who have been here to pray with us, you know, to help us to say, listen, don't worry, we got you. We're going to pray with you and you're going to get through this, you know. So we are so thankful for our brothers and sisters who just will pop up sometime and they have the right words for us. Even our brothers and sisters here on the continent, sometimes they don't even know the Most High will use them to speak into our life. And it's just like, okay, Most High, you know, thank you. So we're thankful. We're thankful for all the things that we're learning, things that the Most High is teaching us, how He is literally just teaching us so many things that we didn't see before, we didn't know before, and just doing a lot of that pruning that has to take place. And so we're so thankful for everything that we see that's going on. And we know that the work that He started in us, He's faithful to complete that work.
Yes.
And we just, are waiting to see how things are going to play out with so many of our brothers and sisters returning to the continent to do the work of the Most High.
Yes.
And so, y'all, we love y'all. We love y'all. We love y'all. We love y'all. And we're going to do our best to come on here more and do some lives. But it has been kind of hard. I'm not going to lie. It has been kind of hard to get on here to do lives lately, but we will do our best to get on here and do more lives, more updates, talking about a lot more things that we wanted to talk about, but we got busy, and so we had to kind of put things on the back burner.
NHSEC 15, that's not what I was talking about. I was responding to someone's comment. They said that they asked if we had ever seen Yacoba. We said no. And then they said you wouldn't even know him. And so I said we would know him by his voice because he has a very distinct voice. That's what we were referencing.
But yeah, do you have anything else?
I don't have anything else. I just want to give a shout out to everybody for joining us tonight for our 2-year anniversary. Brother Ro James, thank you. MD, want to thank you. Ms. J, thank you. Baba, Brother Floyd, Dana, Sister Shonda, Just Right. Want to give you guys Brother Don P. Thank you all for, let's see, who else was here with us tonight? Let's see.
That's a lot of people. So
everybody that came and joined us tonight.
Thank y'all so much. We love y'all, and we will see y'all. Talk to y'all next time.
Yes, family. Love y'all.
Shalom.
Shalom.